So, guys, today marks the 18th. So it's past when the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight happened. Now, you might know this iconic scene from the background of Mr. Paul coming up to the arena or the stage where they would weigh themselves and all that stuff, and calling up like a damn gorilla, and going up to Tyson's face and apparently stepping on his toes, and Mike did not like that, so Mike slapped him in the face. And when I first saw this, I'm like, oh, this is not going to be a rigged fight. This is totally not going to be rigged. It is not going to be rigged in any shape, way, or form. Mike Tyson's going to knock the absolute crap out of him. Now, prior to what happened, let's get a little weigh-in for our two opponents. Mike Tyson, everyone knows Mike Tyson, one of the most famous, if not famous, boxers. Man has a bunch of KOs. Man's called Iron Mike, nickname Iron Mike. He is 58. Now, you're wondering, why would, a 58-year-old fight a 27-year-old man? Well, you see, kiddos, there's cash prizes to be found, but that's at the end of the lottery show of this video. So Jake Paul, in the other corner we have Jake Paul, the brother of Logan Paul. I'm not gonna lie, he is way less, not way less, I would say worse than his brother, if that's even a word. He is better than his brother in a bit, like, I don't know, like the size of a pencil. He's that much better than his brother. But Jake has had some controversies over the years, but I want to talk about his boxing career. So Jake has fought, I think he's got like 7 KOs, which is 10 fights, which is pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Something around those stats. But he fights retired people. He has fought a bunch of retired people. It is so stupid how he thinks he's the amazing boxer. Like, I'm sorry, dude. If you fight, all you fight is like retired or washed up or old people who just want to live their life, and you just like, oh, fight me and I'll give you this bag. Of course they're gonna fight. And then you think you're all good as a boxer, and you talk all this smack, when in actuality you are not a good boxer. You just like picking up on the homeless people. It makes no sense. It literally makes no sense how you can do that. So day of the fight, the day before, we were giving this good slap, and everything was going to be good. And we thought Mike was not going to play with his food. He was actually going to knock him down. Now, there was 3 fights before the main event, which honestly, all 3 of those fights were way better. I think one of them was a creator fight. Hell, we might as well call this a creator fight by the way it ended. But the 3 other fights, one girl literally had her head got split, and her eye was like bleeding. It was so disgusting looking. I had to look away for a bit. It was like, ugh. She was going crazy though. I mean, she should have won, honestly, dude. She was putting in the effort, and the other girl was literally hugging her like they were trying to have a fun, cuddly time. But other than that, those 3 fights were good. The two fighters, I forgot they're both from Mexico, but man, they put all into it, and I have to say, all those fights before this one, congrats, man. Y'all did a great job. I give you a round of applause. Y'all did great on the fights. Y'all did amazing, and y'all should be proud of your work. Now, this was the main event with Netflix's fight, and Netflix's videos that day were, buffering for the first time live streaming something, buffering, frames drop, all that crap. They looked like I was it was looking like I was back into a 1990s game with it being pixely and crap. That's how bad it looked. So we go to the main fight, we see Jake in the back room. Oh, look who comes out. His brother that I talked about in the last video. And they come out with a bird and in a car. Looking all flashy with their little paparazzi and all that crap, man. Looking all fantastic. So then we have Mike comes out by himself, looking like a damn demon. I'm not gonna lie, dude. He had that stare in his eyes, and oh my god, dude, it looked like he was about to whoop the hell out of Paul, dude. Jake, it looked like he was about to smack him to the ground, make him call him daddy. JK. But he came to the arena, about the fight starts. And just like that, fight starting, my adrenaline stayed around the whole entire time because that fight was a wash. Oh my God, dude. There were some clause was scripted bull crap in that fight that made that thing look terrible. It was absolutely terrible. It was terrible. It was disgusting. It was absolutely a mockery of a boxing fight. This man, Jake Paul, was running the entire time. Oh my God. And keep in mind that Tyson had some health issues and he had literally a brace around his leg, around his knee, leg area. And he was literally, it was like fighting someone who's, 58 out past his prime, which is a disrespect on Mike Tyson's legacy because he just wanted to get that bag, which I understand, getting paid $40 million to just come out and fight somebody and all that stuff. It's pretty logical, but from the Jake side of things, it's so bad. You don't even have to look at the fight, the highlights. You don't even look at the highlights. It sucks. You'll fall asleep. You will fall asleep. Your adrenaline will just not be there. Jake sold this fight and it made it look terrible. And to Jake, it was a lose-lose for the internet because one, if you win, you beat up an old man. Again, congrats. You beat up a legend that's old past his prime. Or if he lost to Mike Tyson, he got his ass whooped by an old man, which would have been the funnier outcome. But money has to play a finish in this thing. So at the end of it, Jake doesn't care. Jake does not give two craps about anybody's opinions, which, he can play the villain just like his brother. Always just play the villain and you'll get publicity because they always think any publicity is good publicity. And he's just like, I don't care what my haters think. I won. And of course, spoiler alert, Jake won, because Mike Tyson barely landed any punches on him because he was blocking the entire time because Jake was just tiptoeing around like a damn rabbit or some shit. Like he was on crack cocaine. Might be the prime. Maybe he put meth in the prime and he just started drinking that shit. That's why his brother came in the room. Oh, thanks, bro. Let me drink this meth. It's meth prime. Going spaz mode. Like a damn bunny. He was fearing for his life. I ain't gonna lie. Jake was fearing for his life when he saw Mike swinging punches. He looked like he was about to get his head punched off. But at the end of it, there was memes, which Jake Paul calls Jimmy Carter up to be his next fight, or Jake Paul calls up, I don't know, Will Smith to be his next fighter or something like that. It was funny because he just fights old people. That's all he does. He beats up retired people, and it's a sad look for a boxer. Like the only time he fought someone in his own weight class, guess what happened? He lost. I wouldn't even call Jake a boxer. I would just call him a celebrity boxer, because it's gonna be rigged. Like the whole competition is gonna be rigged. It's gonna be trash, terrible, rigged stuff. It just sucks that the sport has been rendered this way, and it's just paid stuff. It's just paid off. That whole fight was paid off, and it's just terrible. Everyone hated it. Even at the end of the match, no one was cheering. Everyone was cheering Mike, because they wanted him to see him whoop his ass. But at the end of it, nothing happened. They were silent. Everyone was silent. Everyone did not give two craps. They were just sitting there. And even though, oh, come on, guys. Why would we cheer for this boring fight that everyone got hyped up for? Most people, have their haters where like, not haters, but this other side of it was like, yeah, we knew it was rigged from the start. But, us believers and who's sucking on that sweet, sweet copium just want to say, Mike wouldn't do that. Mike wouldn't whoop that blonde hair's ass. Make him look like an actual, boxer. Whoop him to shape, show him where he belongs. Knocked out. But, yeah, that's not what happened. And we got this pathetic fight, which... Congrats on both of them for getting their money, but at the end of the day, wasn't worth our entertainment because we just got fooled yet again, which, proves next time if I ever see Jake Paul fight someone who's a famous boxer, then I'm just going to, not watch it because it's a waste of time and you're just giving them money. So, yeah, that's it. Hope to see y'all later.